So we can hear. Hey, thank you very much. Good morning, ladies. Welcome to Costa Women event and happy International Women's Day. Who's excited? Yay! International Women's Day for me is truly an amazing time to be celebrated and celebrate each other. And how often do we actually get to celebrate how far we have come and the history that women have been making? And March is actually also Women's History Month. And for me, this really marks how far we as women have come. Now, today I am wanting to speak about the power of being authentically you. Because so many times that we question ourselves, am I enough? Am I good enough? So you are here all gathered to soak up some inspiration, motivation, and walk out of here maybe a little bit different than when you walked into this room. So I want to ask you a question that I often ponder about. Have you ever felt like you're not good enough? I work with hundreds of women from across the world, and as much as we're all amazing, incredible, inspiring, I feel like a lot of times that we as women question ourselves. We question our worth. And when we look around and we see all these amazing women around yourself, we say, am I enough? Do I belong here? And I invite you today that throughout this presentation, that you start to actually see yourself in a new light. That at the end of this talk, when you walk out of this event, you start to truly embrace your authentic self. Because I think that's where the magic lies. Us stepping into our power, stepping into our greatness, and becoming the best versions of ourselves. Also, do you feel like you have to live up to other people's expectations? Because I think that's the thing that holds us back. Having to wear a mask, having to be someone that you are not. But I believe that a true beauty of all of us is stepping into our authentic selves and just being good enough, just the way you are. This morning when I woke up, I thought, hey, I'm gonna wear this beautiful outfit and wear my high heels. But you know, I woke up and I thought, that's not me, not today. Not today. I just want to be myself. I want to walk in my flat shoes. I want to dance on that stage and inspire the women. And what I dress like does not matter because I just want to be myself and I want to express myself. And when you walk out in this world, I want you to never feel like you have to be held back by anybody else's judgment of what you look like, how you speak, how you walk, what you're about. So today, it's not about judging ourselves or each other. It's about truly seeing the beauty within ourselves first. And then whatever you see within yourself, you're going to be seeing within others. And I truly, every time I connect with women, I see the beauty within them. I see how amazing, inspiring, motivational, accomplished they are. But more importantly, how many incredible things women have had to overcome. Because let's face it, each and every one of you have had to overcome some incredible things to be here today. You have probably faced trauma, difficulties, have had to overcome incredible things in life. And I watch this day in and day out when I work with women, the amount of things they have had to overcome. Divorces, health issues, being stuck, being broke. I've been in all of those places. And no matter what, nothing defines me, but I define myself. I want to say to you that there's only one of you in this world, just one. And when I work with women and when they say to me, but am I good enough to speak on that stage? Am I good enough to feature in your magazine? I say there's only one you. And you have been created perfectly and divinely to be the light that you are in this world. Because you bring something magical into this world that nobody else can. You have your own incredible, unique story that nobody else has. And when you think about why should people work with you? Truly, it's not because of your accolades. It's not because of all your education. It's not because of how you show up, but actually because of you, your energy, your passion, your story, your mission. All of those things is what creates the power within you. And when we have to pretend that we wear this mask when we go out into this world, and I have to be like this, and I have to live up to somebody's expectations, the truth is you're not living your authentic truth. And people can't connect. When we hide in our wounds, when we hide in our pain, and we have to be somebody else, you're not being empowered. And the connection with others is not authentic. So I want to invite you, and this is in the workbook, to say, define your own values. Because when we define what drives us, we actually start to understand how we make decisions and how we connect with others and how other people can connect with us. How can they relate to us, right? For me, some of my values has been freedom, impact, and joy. And all of these things have shaped my decisions throughout my life to go into entrepreneurship when I just graduated from university, to create my own lifestyle, to create freedom, to make an impact, because I believed that going into a workplace would not allow me the creative expression that I wanted. And I wanted to have joy. And I thought going into workplace and dealing with work politics just wasn't for me. I wanted to be authentically myself. I didn't want the workplace to define me. So I invite you to really think about your own values, because your values has probably shaped you to where you are today. Your decisions, right? What you choose. What, when you're having to make a decision, what actually drives you? So I think values, I always discuss this with my community, and I say, get really clear about that. Because this is what's going to actually keep you on course to where you're going, right? So sometimes staying the course means letting go of also the things that are no longer in alignment to you. And for me, this was also the case. When I started to recognize there were some things in my life that no longer is in alignment with my values, I had to let go. And that is the price that I had to pay to live in true alignment, in my purpose, within my values, so I can uphold that. So when I work with people, I can truly say, I'm living my purpose. I'm living to what I'm supposed to do. But the minute we start to question ourselves and question, maybe I should be doing like this because people expect me to be this person. What is your expectation of yourself? Where do you see yourself? For me, a couple years ago, before I moved to live here in Spain, I remember having a moment in my beautiful home, bedroom. I was in a relationship, I had a successful business, but yet I could tell that my life that I wanted to live in true alignment and purpose, how I intended to live, was out of balance. And it was as if I was traveling a road parallel to where I was meant to be. And I had to pause there to myself and say, hold on, I worked this hard to be here, but yet, because of other people's expectations, because I leaned in to follow somebody else, or the relationship that I was in was no longer in alignment. And I realized that the life that I worked so hard to build was no longer fulfilling me. And it became so painful from within to say, I'm actually not living my truth. How can I help somebody else and coach them if I don't live my own truth? So that was the moment I made a decision to walk out of my life, to leave my relationship, to leave my home, everything I have built, and just say, you know what? What's more important to me? That I live my truth. And it was messy. That moment in my life was truly difficult. I had to leave my relationship. I write about this story in my first book, the Women Thrive book. And I write about how just difficult it was. The relationship I was in, I was incredibly controlling. It was manipulative. There was a lot of lies. There was a lot of promises. And I thought, I just want to be happy. And I just want to have a life where I don't have to stress, that I don't feel controlled. And actually, I am in control. I can go on holidays and I can move to another country if I want to, because this is why I've created the business that I have today. But the relationship that I was in was holding me back and trying to convince me that I wasn't right to dream that big. I wasn't right wanting these things. I couldn't walk out my house whatever I wanted or do whatever I wanted in my own home. And that's why I feel so passionate about empowering women, because you hold the key to your future. You are in control of your destiny. There should be no one to tell you how you should live, how you should walk, how you should smile, how you should dress. In this day and age, I want you to feel empowered. So when I had to pull all the layers, I had to leave a lot of things in my life that was no longer serving me. And some people labeled me crazy. They thought I was insane. What happened to her? She's going crazy. I said, you know what? You have to go a little crazy in order to step into your power, into your purpose. And there was a moment in time where I took that power back. And I said, no more. No one is going to control me anymore. No one is going to tell me how I should be. And I become unapologetic. And I started to speak my truth. And I said what was on my mind, and I started to talk about the things that were affecting me, the things that have broken me down. I came out with a story that I held for nearly 10 years. I never told anyone about me losing my voice due to a traumatic relationship before then. And I faced my truth, and I thought, if I can tell my own truth, nobody else can throw stones at me, because I don't feel ashamed. I don't feel afraid. I don't feel like I'm judging myself. Let me just come out and say the truth to myself, to others, and own it. And that's the moment that I realized that I empowered myself. I walked away from things that were no longer holding me back. Some things that were controlling me. And it was painful. It was scary. Not only I had to move out the house that I lived in with my partner at the time, I had to move countries. That's how I ended up here in Spain. Because it was so controlling, manipulated, and toxic that I had to move countries. That's why I ended up here. It took me 6 months of healing, thinking, was I going insane? Or was that all lie? When I had to face my life and realize that half of the things that I was living was actually a lie. It wasn't the truth. So I knew that taking my power back and empowering myself was the best decision of my life. And you'll meet my daughter today. She's here. I'm in a beautiful relationship. I've healed. I've created a life that I've always dreamed of. The thing that my partner kept dangling in front of me and saying, hey, we can have that. But I was never happening, right? And I don't want anyone to control your life, your destiny, where you're headed, because your life is far too important. So never compromise on your values by living somebody else's dream, because you have your dream. You have an idea of how you want your life to go. And I want you to fully embrace that. I want you to step into that power and say, I am taking my power back. I'm not going there. So your vision shapes your dreams and goals. And when I started to redefine my vision, I knew that a new chapter was about to begin. I knew. Even though it took a lot of tears, a lot of stress, a lot of peeling of the layers, questioning myself, a lot of tears. But you know what? It was worth it. And others may not always understand where you're headed. When you make that decision, when you empower yourself and you say, look, this is where I'm headed because that life no longer serves me. Those people in my life no longer serves me. And I want you to assess, what are the things that are not serving you in your life anymore? What are the things that are holding you back or making you need to live up to somebody else's definition of what your life should be like? Whether it's career, friendships, relationships, family, even family. Sometimes our closest ones are the ones to hold us back because they see you in a certain way. But only you in your own mind know what is your vision, what is your goal, where are you headed? Because it aligns to your purpose, to your authentic self, your values. Because only you know where you're going. And, until you find the people who are aligned to your vision, at first it'll be hard. But eventually, when you find the people who really truly aligns to your purpose and your vision, you're going to blossom because people are going to see you and say, wow, she's authentic. Wow, I see where you're headed and I believe in that. And I always talk about this mountain, that we have a vision of going up a mountain and we say, I'm gonna go there. But sometimes when you start to climb that mountain, people will have to leave you, let you get on with it. And the reason they have to leave you to get on with it because only you see the vision. They don't share the same vision as you have. So therefore, you have to make that journey on your own. And therefore, sometimes you have to leave some people behind because they don't know why you climbing that mountain is important to you. And sometimes you have to be willing to walk that walk alone. And like I said, people that share the same values and the vision as you, they come and join you. And the minute I truly stepped into my power, my purpose, the most beautiful thing happened, that my community rallied around me. They said, Ray, we see the vision is so much bigger than you. Yes, because I built it that way based on my values. I never built this platform, the magazine, the summit that we host every year for myself. It's not a race show. It's actually a show for every single woman to have a voice, because there was moments in my life when I didn't have a voice. There was moments in my life when I didn't have my own power and I had to take my power back. And I say this was the most empowering moment of my own life. When you empower yourself, you step in your true purpose, you redefine what your life is going to be about, and you let go. You let go of fear, shame, guilt, or anybody else's definition of who you should be. So you have the power to bring your vision to life like I did. I brought it to life from a vision, from an idea of what my life needed to be, from seeing my actual life traveling in the parallel roads to where I was traveling at the time. Took my power back and I said, I need to get aligned. I took my power back. But it takes deconditioning our belief systems, because our belief systems is what usually holds us back, thinking this is your limit. This is the cap at where you can go. And I know every single one of you probably have experienced this in this room, where somebody else's opinion of you made you believe that you're not capable of more. Oh, that level of success is not for me. Women like me don't do that sort of thing. Why? Why is it that we put limits on ourselves? Why is it that we don't see opportunity beyond our front door? The truth is, you are limitless. And the moment I started to heal myself and step into my true authentic self, I realized there are no limits. There are no limits. I want you to decondition all those things that somebody has said and told you, and you are like this, you are like that, you're not good enough. We need to decondition that and say, I can. And you have the power when you step into your authentic self. And that requires you say that I am unapologetic and saying what is it that you want. I see women don't say what they want. I see us staying quiet, playing a good girl, right? Not speaking up for what it is that we want. But I want you to start speaking up and have a voice, because nobody else in this world is going to advocate for you. Take drastic action towards your goal, because that's the only way things are going to change. Step into your power, and as we go through today's conference, I want you to keep leaning into it. Keep taking your power back. Keep thinking, how can I step into my true, authentic self? Because this is what this whole event is all about. The power of you. And on the other side of fear awaits the life that you have always dreamed of. And I can't wait to see that version of you that is empowered, unapologetic, and talks about what it is that you want. So bring your vision to life and your goals while living in alignment in your true, authentic self. Ladies, it's time to get unapologetic and be ourselves. Clap for yourselves, and I hope you enjoyed a wonderful conference today. Can I have a picture with all of you? Little video? Yeah. Hi! Costa women! Happy International Women's Day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Raimonda. Thank you
I appreciate
very much
that.
indeed.